Ramaphosa's investment drive, which is very much underway with domestic and international business pledging hundreds of billions of rands. The investment drive continues as South Africa Tourism participates in the UK's global meeting place for trade travel. Now, World Travel Market London is the leading global event for the travel industry, and our SABC anchor Peter Ndoro is there to tell us a little bit more about this. Peter, good morning.
Good morning, Sakina, and you're up bright and early there, but it's even earlier for us here at the moment. It's 6:30 in the morning. It's still dark because it's winter. It's pretty chilly, but I can tell you that in a couple of hours, the Excel Centre, the exhibition centre in London, is going to be full of visitors from across the world. 50,000 trade professionals and 5,000 exhibitors, all competing for the attention of countries like South Africa, or should I say South Africa will be competing for attention for all of these people to sell South Africa as a destination, and we'll be broadcasting from there throughout the course of the day. But just before we set up there, we thought we'd catch up with the chief marketer of South Africa in terms of South African tourism, and we're standing just in front of the iconic Big Ben in London, and I'm joined now by Sisa Nchona, who's the CEO. Sisa, thanks very much for joining us. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, and good morning to you.
All right, so as I said there in the introduction, 5,000 exhibitors, 51,000 trade professionals. You have a lot of people that you have to try and get their attention.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the world stage. The tourism world twice a year gets together, and this is one of the premier events. You're absolutely right. We're competing amongst the best of the best, and we really want to stake our claim as South Africa that we are a worthy destination to be considered, and we want all of the tourism professionals around the world to actually package and sell South Africa.
All right, so what is your unique selling point? What are you telling the world about South Africa that they can't get anywhere else?
I mean, South Africa we are very blessed with an array of activities and things to do. So whether you are an adrenaline junkie, there's all extreme sports you can do that side. Whether you are in safari or the beach or anything else, whether you're one-star backpack or uber luxury five-star person and everything in between, there's something for everyone in South Africa. But you know, Peter, everywhere I travel around the world, I keep on being told that South Africa's secret weapon is not its nature and beauty and everything else, it's its people. And we want to bring more of our people, our food, our flavors, our colors, our art, so that we can be considered as a worthy destination.
Right, so talking about people, and I often wonder what it is that we can do as ordinary citizens to help the marketing story. I think of a story that happened to me when I went to New York the last time. I was struggling on the underground, the subway system, and one guy actually went with me to a station that he didn't need to go just to make sure that I arrived safely. I've never forgotten that, and I guess it's those kinds of moments that we need to give to our visitors as well.
Absolutely. Tourism is a contact sport. It's more than just the professionals who work in it, but it's the entire country. When people visit our country, the entire population is on show. And last year we started a movement essentially that we call We Do Tourism. And that is to ignite each and every single South African to know that they play a role within tourism. Again, to do those acts unprompted with no form of reward, but just to say, let me help someone, either to find a restaurant, to cross the street, or any information. And I think once we understand that, the more tourists we get, the better we do, the better our country as well.
Right, and I suppose also we need to work together, and I just think about Home Affairs, Department of Arts and Culture, Sport, along with the citizens to sell the story of South Africa. It can't just be organizations such as yours.
Absolutely. I mean, again, as I say, We Do Tourism is about everyone. It's about understanding that when you land at the airport, the first person you see is an immigration officer. We want that immigration officer to do the best job that they can get, but with the lens of tourism. Similarly, when you meet with the police, do your job, but with the lens of tourism. I think that's what we're trying to ignite within people and make sure that all of us play a role. You know, even to the guy, cleaning the streets, they must understand that they are contributing towards a bigger goal. Essentially it's taking a man to the moon type of analogy that we're trying to instill within South Africans.
All right, so at the exhibition, what sort of things will we see at the SA Tourism stand? We talk about product categories and sectors, and I see some interesting ones here. One that I relate to straight away, 50 plus tourism.
Yeah. Something for everyone, as I said. Look, I think first of all, what's going to capture you is the stand itself, the physicality of it and how we've actually put it together. Remember, we are all fighting for the attention of the world, so you've got to stand out somehow. So it's the stand. Then secondly as well is that all of the trade that we have with us, we've chosen them carefully so that in their entirety they represent all of South Africa and everything in between as well. Again, also specialist groups that we've just talked about, the 50 plus guys, they spend a long time when they visit our country, 17 to 19 days worth of holidays, an example, so which is really quite precious. So again, just packaging it together, make sure that we can present it in a very smart way, and the use of technology, you'll start to see a lot of that one. We've got a fantastic machine that I hope you can try out that really is almost like a bespoke travel agent, understands your needs and everything else, and able to give you a package as well.
All right, we run out of time, but very quickly, what's going to be the big message, do you think, that we will be able to sell at WTM this year?
That we're getting our act together, that as South Africa we take tourism quite seriously. We wanted to contribute more to the GDP as well. We are getting rid of the barriers that we previously had in place and really finding ways around it as well. And South Africa is a land to be discovered. We want people to come through and really enjoy hospitality.
All right, so we'll chat to you, I'm sure, a little bit more at the venue, but thanks so much indeed for starting this adventure for us.
Lovely. Thank you very much for being on board.
Okay, so that's Cyril Ramaphosa, who's the CEO of South African Tourism, speaking to us on Westminster Bridge in central London with the iconic Big Ben behind me. But the next time you see me, we'll be at the Excel, the exhibition centre in London, where WTM 2018 kicks off. Until then, we'll see you later on. Back to Johannesburg.
Well, thank you so much, Peter Ndoro there. Beautiful shot of Big Ben. But I'm curious now, that 50 plus tourism, I'm curious to see what exactly that sort of travel and tourism entails. I'm sure he'll tell us more about it later on.